Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Rude Boys Podcast.
Welcome back to Rock and Roll McDonald's, everybody.
I want to imitate that like I usually do, but it would be loud, so I'm just going to put a clip of it.
Rock and Roll McDonald's!
Rest in peace, big man. We love you.
Rest in peace. God rest his soul. God rest his soul. So, hi, we're back, Austin, here at Rude Boys Podcast Central for the 10th episode.
Here in the middle of Antarctica.
In the middle of Antarctica, yeah, where we filmed this podcast live onto television.
Yeah, because we asked for permits for for lots of places, but no one wanted us for some reason.
But Antarctica took us.
Yeah, there's no jurisdiction up there. We just can, especially the other science stations don't like us very much, so we have to go somewhere where they can't see us. But
we got to go around a corner, hide behind an igloo.
Sometimes we go rummaging through the Russian dumpsters, but
The Russian dumpsters in Antarctica. Okay.
Yeah, the Russians don't lock their dumpsters at the science.
So we go digging through them. We go, oh, hey, look at this!
Yeah.
I found a satellite. I found a copy of.
What are Russian things? What do we know Russians for? Satellites, vodka.
I found a copy of Tetris for the Game Boy. I'm really digging myself deep in this one.
Putin's in here.
Completely free of charge.
Oh, there's Putin. Oh, we were looking for that
That's
guy.
where he was.
In Antarctica, in a dumpster.
This is going to be very timely for what album I've got picked out for later, so that's cool.
Oh, great. Already giving me clues. All right.
It's a little hint. That's a little enticement to get to the end of this 4-hour long episode.
Oh, God. It can't be that long. No fucking way.
We'll see.
I doubt it. I doubt we got 2 hours worth of material on Suburban Legends. I mean, not that complicated of a band, but there is a couple things we want to get into. But first, Austin, the beginning of all our shows, we got to do some catch-up. Let me get rid of my stuff first before I ask you what you've been up to. I did a Handful of Glove episode. I did that thing I was telling you about. It was all right. I can't say I'm, super happy with it still. I'm not 100% on, and I only want to do something when I'm 100% into it, so I'm postponing it indefinitely. I'm doing that. I'm doing a press conference for my show. Yeah, sorry guys, couldn't handle it. I got sick literally the week after I recorded that. So I was sick for 3 weeks. I couldn't record it. I didn't sound good. I couldn't do that. Oh, it's my deep voice. This is my radio voice. I couldn't do that. So it was a fun experiment, but I couldn't commit to it 100%, so I'm not going to do it. Sorry.
I mean, you want to refine something before you feel good releasing it out, which is just funny because we're into double digits on this show and it still seems far from refined. So, I mean...
Why are you going to be like that, man? I work really hard on these. I mean, I worked hard on that too, but it was different format.
It's a funny joke. I'm only half saying anything. I'm the half I'm being negative about.
You came up with it. You had that thought in your brain and then decided, you know what? I can make fun of him. This is my chance.
This is my chance. I never get any opportunity other than this.
Yeah. All right. Besides my shit, pick it up. The Ska Movie. It's getting a DVD and Blu Ray release on November 18th, 2019.
Finally.
Yeah.
We've been waiting for so long.
We have been. Yeah. I mean, not as long as the Kickstarter backers, but.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. But I mean, after we saw it in the show, it was
we were just like, "Where's the copy? I need a copy. I need
this.
to buy this now."
Why aren't they selling these here?
It's really good. Stuff like that. Yeah,
it is really good.
Figure it out and pack the disc full of special features. No audio commentary though. I was a little saddened by that. Because I love audio commentaries, a lot. Yeah, so there's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff, which is great. I can't wait to get into that because there's a lot of famous people in that documentary.
Well, Scott famous.
Yeah.
Scott famous.
But everybody listening to the Scott podcast, temper your expectations when I say famous people. Tony Hawk's in it.
Didn't he have a single line?
Yeah, he said "You're welcome" when everybody thanked Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. I didn't want to spoil that joke because it's really good.
It's a pretty funny joke.
Everybody's talking about Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and how the soundtrack was really good. It got them into ska. Oh, this is so great. Oh man, thank you, Tony Hawk. And it cuts to Tony Hawk sitting on his half pipe, and he goes, "You're welcome." You're welcome. It's a really good bit.
I wonder how much money that joke cost.
Oh, probably not that much. He's pretty cool.
They had to send someone out there to get that recorded.
Yeah, you're right. They had to set up the cameras.
There was money spent somewhere.
For that single bit.
Whatever it was worth it.
I didn't want to ruin that, but thank you, Austin.
It's a good joke.
It's a good joke. Hey. But when we do get a copy of it, either just me or me and you, because I want to include you in this, I contacted the guy who made Ska Movie, on Twitter, and I asked him, well, he offered to watch it with me to make up for the fact that there's no audio commentary, and I said, oh, that'd be fucking great, dude, thank you. I would love to, like, pick your brain as we watch the movie. That's pretty fucking fantastic, and hopefully record it, and he seemed down with it. He said, sounds like a podcast. Yeah. So
it sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, which would be cool, but I said you offered for me to ask him for a copy early, but I'm sorry, man. I'm not that greedy. I want to pay him.
I was joking.
Okay, I see how it is.
But it would probably potentially mean that we could get a little commentary out quicker.
Which would be cool, but at the same time, like, you know, they're not putting a commentary on the DVD. We're not. I didn't convince them or anything. It's already. The thing's already being pretty much produced right now as we speak. They can't fit anything more on the disc.
It'll be a Riff Tracks commentary.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be a Riff Tracks. I'll post. I'll steal Riff Tracks' label and label it on our podcast. Hopefully we'll get some nice trivia and stuff out of that. I'm excited about that Ska Movie. I'm also excited about the new Aquabats single that just came out literally yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Skeleton Inside is the name of it, and it's a spooky song. Even though it's on the album, it's not like a single. It's not like a separate song. It's gonna be on the album. We don't know what it's called yet, but
is it a Halloween album?
I don't know. We don't have any other. I'm pretty sure the album's not done yet, so I don't think they would release it on Halloween. But that also would be a huge waste of all the Kickstarter resources if it was just a Halloween album.
Yeah.
The first album they made of the 2 albums they have to make is purely Halloween. I don't know, man. I mean, I'd be pretty happy about that, honestly.
It's a Halloween and a Christmas album. and we're all set.
But not Thanksgiving. There's nobody can make a Thanksgiving album, right?
Is Mormon Christmas a lot different from regular Christmas?
I don't know. I'm not a Mormon. I would not know. Do you want to ask him on Twitter? You'd be like, hey, what's Mormon Christmas like?
Hey, Christian. Hold on. What's your planet gonna look like, Christian? I shudder to think.
God. It's been a while. We already know, remember? It's Yo Gabba Gabba. He made his own planet.
Can you imagine being born into a Yo Gabba Gabba planet?
Ask DJ Lance Rock.
Christian Jacobs is your god, and he's still wearing the Aquabat costume. This is just your reality.
This is how we live now.
Mormonism is cool.
Okay, so that's all the things I had to say. Austin, do you have anything you want to talk about since we recorded our last podcast 2 months ago?
I don't know if I had it on the last podcast or not, but I've been working a new gig. It's been quite well.
No, you hadn't yet. Yeah, you got that after.
The new gig is good. Yeah, the office is sweet. I'm working downtown within Manhattan, which is quite a lot better than going to Jersey every day. So.
Yeah, it's like a dream job. It's not that far.
It ain't bad. It ain't bad. I don't know what else has really happened. Outer Worlds finally released, and I want that.
Oh,
I want that shit. You know, the people who made the good 3D Fallout game, and also the other ones, finally...
They made New Vegas.
They were fed up. I was surprised. I was like, oh, they're just as about as angry as Fallout sucking now as I am. So they were just like,
wow, huh?
It was like, fuck it, we'll do our own.
Yeah, and they did, and it's gotten pretty good reviews, so...
Hey... Yeah, it's pretty...
I mean, it's not going to come on Switch till next year, so I can't play it anytime. My computer can't run it, so...
I think mine can just about do it, but that's the other thing, is I'm working on a big
Oh, yeah,
PC
you're building
rebuild.
a new PC, too. I got to do that next year, but you're doing it right now.
I'm saving up for it. I'm trying to get the savings, like, really stacked before Black Friday.
Yeah, luckily you got a couple friends here, our pals, who can help out with computer building, because they are very good at it.
Yeah, and it's very helpful because otherwise I'd be quite lost.
Yeah.
I think I'll be able to put the thing together once I've got all the bits, but you know, just being like, okay, Intel or Ryzen, it's like fucking.
Yeah, I can just imagine you looking at the inside of a computer box and going like, what goes in here? And you just grab a bunch of junk and just shove it in the corners.
Where do I put the cartridge to make the gameplay?
Where do I put the motherboard? I'm just gonna squish it in here.
Where do I put all the dedicated work?
Dedicated RAM.
Dedicated wham.
How much dedicated RAM does it take to power the That kid's really funny.
I know, Super Kai's brilliant. I wonder what he's doing now.
Super Kai 64. I mean, he's a man now. He's a man. Yeah, that was like 8 years ago.
He's working on computers. He's working on dedicated RAM.
Oh my God, he runs a computer repair shop. And he asks, how much dedicated RAM do you have for free in this computer? Dedicated RAM. Did you try turning it off and turning it back on?
I love the idea that the one little tick he had asking that one question is just how he is in his whole life.
He was a really nervous kid. He got up on a mic in front of a bunch of guys and then he did that little shrinking thing that people do when they're nervous. They go like, oh.
I think that's also why it's so funny, is because it's just really relatable. It's just like we've all been in that same situation.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Extrapolating that kind of nervousness into a full character is really funny.
Just to activate the shoulder.
Alright.
This has been a weird. Bit?
Cool.
Alright.
Shadman. What's next?
Thanks. Stop!
What other jokes do we have?
I was this close to getting into the actual topic of the episode, and then he just drops it in.
What if I dropped it in the middle of the topip? You would have liked that less.
You're right.
In between track 3 and 4, I just lean into the mic and go, Shadman.
Have you guys heard? Do you guys have time to talk about my Lord and Savior Shadman?
If I say it 3 times backwards, he'll appear.
He's right there. You're looking in the bathroom mirror like, Shadman? Shadman?
Oh god, he's got his pen and paper.
He's got his mask on, dude. The lights turn off and his glow-in-the-dark mask is in the mirror. His glow-in-the-dark skull mask.
He's also a person who's really fun to take his little ticks and make into a fucking character.
We've really grown our
Shadman lore.
Our Shadman lore, yeah. over the year and 6 months we've been doing this podcast, Austin.
People come for ska and they stay for the Shadman lore.
That's how it works. All right, well, I'm glad you understand our audience better than I.
I haven't interacted with a single person who is in our audience, so I only just do what fucking degenerate thing comes naturally to me and hope that someone who's into it listens.
You're doing it right now, technically, by addressing them.
All right, fucking tweet at me. Fucking
what is it?
At Cake Farts on Twitter.
That's not your Twitter handle. That's not your Twitter handle, and I know it's not. Because my Twitter handle is at Cake Farts. You stole it.
That's mine.
This is the part where I reveal I said I would laugh less this episode.
See, my Twitter handle is at @TheRealVastile. That's VASTILE. So if anyone actually does want to fucking tweet at my stupid Twitter, then cool, I'll know you exist.
There you go. You've opened the floodgates.
I've opened the dribble gates. Like I'll be inundated with at most a single tweet.
Yeah. Why do you talk about Shadman so much? How do you type with boxing gloves on?
How do you type with boxing gloves on? What are? Okay.
Strongman. You don't remember Strongman?
Yeah, I was trying to think. I was like, I'm gonna put my boxing gloves on. Oh.
All right. We're gonna talk about Suburban Legends, Austin. This is when we get into the band now.
Hey, I don't know anything about their history, so you're gonna have to fill me in on that.
Okay, so yeah, here I'll talk about this. All right, so Suburban Legends is. What are you gonna say?
Are we gonna use the time? The time machine? The cat?
No, we don't need to talk. We don't need to. That was a bit because it was. All right, look.
Kyle,
this band's not that.
There are
different.
no bits. Every bit is a bit of lore that builds up our amazing Rude Boys fiction.
Oh my god. Are you just gonna start writing a novel, and this is where it all comes in?
Yeah.
This is Act 3.
Yeah.
All right. Look, Suburban Legends are the boy band of ska bands. They're all handsome, they wear fashionable clothes, and they practice choreography. And they really dance, like, in sync on stage like a boy band. They entertain people, they make really catchy songs. That's really what they're good at. This is like a pop-punk ska band. It's very... They're like the definitive one, in my opinion.
The definitive
the definitive pop-punk ska band. Yeah.
Alright.
They started in 1998. They put out an album called Origin Edition, and the original lead singer, Tim Maurer, and the drummer, who was, I believe, the very first drummer was the Rev, Jimmy Sullivan, who, I don't know if you know who that is.
I don't.
I mentioned his name a couple times. The Rev was the drummer for Avenged Sevenfold.
Okay, no, this is making more sense.
He went on to create that band.
This is making a lot more sense to me.
The band was very punky in 1998. It was still a ska band, but it was super punky. And he went on to co-create Avenged Sevenfold, which is a really cool band. Unfortunately, he died in 2005, I believe. No, he died in 2009. He overdosed in 2009.
So was the Rev on Rump Shaker?
No. This is still in a long time ago. He was only in the band for 1 year. He was in the band from '98 to '99. What are you looking up here?
I'm sharing this tidbit with my my surprise guest appearance, and it will make more sense later.
Okay, all right, sure. Anyway, after that, so Tim Maurer left right after that first album, right? And then their self-titled EP came out, and that had the lead singer Chris Batstone, who was in a Dunkin' Donuts commercial a couple years ago. That's all I got. That's all I got from him. No, he did an iced coffee commercial. Hey, future Kyle here. Quick correction. Chris is the radio DJ for Newfoundland's K-Rock now, so that's what he does now. But he has a very weird voice, in my opinion. I linked you a song of him singing, and I don't think he fits very well, but some people like him, so, it's preference.
I think that Suburban Legends has gone through a lot of weird voiced singers.
3. There's only 3 singers in the whole band.
And they all have weird voices.
Sure, alright. It's Tim, Chris Batstone, who was only in the band for 2 years, so he was only on that EP. But a lot of people do like that EP. Like, that has songs like I Want More and Desperate on it, and they still play those live. Those are really fun songs. But they actually, when Tim came back after that EP, they actually re-released it with Tim's vocals over his songs, and they called it Suburban's Legends EP Tim Remix. So, there you go. I think it's a little weird to 1 year later release the same EP, but with a different vocalist.
I mean, I can kind of see the thought process behind it.
I mean, people who want options, and the original lead singer is, like, back, so I guess,
if people were like, ooh, I don't like this new guy, and then he leaves, then, like, okay, I could see how they'd be like, oh, this album sucks just because the singer's different, and then...
Yeah, I understand that, but the instrumentals are really good. So the EP itself is actually good, so it's totally preference. I'm pretty sure they're the same mixes. I don't think anything got mixed differently. I think it just has Tim's vocals. Spoiler alert, I prefer Tim's vocals over Chris's, but, that's just me. And then after that, they are well known for their Disney song covers. This band is heavily rooted in Disney music.
They were doing Disney with Tim around, right?
Yes, yep, back in the early 2000s. They play in downtown Disney and Disney Anaheim pretty much all the time. They've been doing that for like 17 years. They still play in Disney. They've been doing that since the early 2000s, and they still do it.
Yeah, that's one thing I do really like about the band itself, is that they don't really seem like they're not really like money chasers. I feel from the small interaction, the small conversation I've had with them before, at least the current iteration of the band, they were just like, yeah, we just need enough to get by, and then they just live in a constant party, and they're into it.
Yeah, really? They really
cool.
do seem like they're having a great time.
Yeah, that's, I mean, the show I went to go see, like, Real Big Fish was kind of, they're a little older now. They're phoning it in a little bit.
You always get your chance to talk about how Real Big Fish are a bunch of old men now.
Yeah, they're a dad band now.
At least Aaron is.
Yeah. But the Suburban Legends took the stage before them, and, like, the energy was real, and it was genuine, and it was a super good time. That's, I can't fault the band for that. Like, they might be one of the more genuine bands out there right now.
Wow, that's saying something. All right. Completely agree with it. They seem very genuine about their want to entertain and just, get by on that. So.
Yeah, and this is a good and a bad thing for something I'll get into when we're going by track for track.
Okay, sure. All right. But we talked about their Disney covers on our Top 5 Ska Covers episode last year.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, rightfully so. Yeah, we liked a couple of those. I like their I Just Can't Wait to Be King cover from, what? That's from Lion King, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Lion King.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's been a while since I've watched it.
The Disney cover is actually I'm just gonna let the cat out of the bag. The person who I contacted was my sister, so I got a favor from my sister to listen to. Yeah, my first impression listening to Rump Shaker was like, oh, this sounds like something my sister would have loved around the time it came out.
Okay.
So I sent her the album and told her, listen to this, give me a summary.
Tell me what you think of it.
Yeah. And the first thing I got was like, these people sound familiar, and then an immediate an immediate screenshot back was like, oh, I know these guys. It was the Dreams Aren't Real, but these songs are Volume 1 that she sent me.
Okay, there we go. All right, that was what I was just about to get into.
That was the connection. Is that I think their Disney songs have a wider reach than their other stuff.
This band never got heavy radio play, Austin. Literally never, and their highest charting success was the Disney cover EP, Dreams Aren't Real, But These Songs Are, which landed at number 38 on the Billboard chart for 1 week, and then it disappeared. Here's
the weird thing. Also, I really love the Beauty and the Beast cover from that. I think You've Got a Friend in Me might be like the one stinker in that whole album.
Oh, yeah.
It's so weird that this album, this little EP, has got... It's like their big success in a weird way.
It's just their most popular. It's very easily streamed.
It's titled Volume 1, and it's the only one they made.
I mean, that was 6 years ago, so they could make another one.
They should. Why haven't they? I mean, there's lots of new Disney songs to choose from even.
They play them live all the time.
I know, that's why it's so perplexing. They've got such a Disney, maybe Disney is just like, no more, don't release this.
They're really just kids at heart, so I mean, it fits well with their high energy.
It seems like the perfect thing. Like, it would be like the easiest no-duh project to make.
So you want to tweet at Suburban Legends after this episode and go like, guys, I think you need to release another Disney EP.
I would, but I feel like half the tweets to them are already that, probably.
You're probably right. I think this is not a new thing, people clamoring for more Disney covers from Suburban Legends. I think people have been liking that.
Yeah, I mean, they've got 6 at least released that I can see, and 6 tracks, and people clamored for them so well. So,
it was their biggest success, arguably, yeah.
Release a few more.
Arguably,
do it.
Yeah. But this album, I picked this album specifically because when I brought it up, A, I wanted to surprise you. B, I wanted to talk about Suburban Legends in general because we both do like the band.
Yeah.
And C, it's a time capsule. It's very much a time capsule of 2003.
It is. It is very much a time capsule. I will agree with you on that immediately.
I really want to talk about some of the stuff in here. But before we get into Rump Shaker, again, another aside I wanted to do. I wanted to ask you what you thought about your favorite album of theirs, which is, the newer era of the band. Their most recent album, 2015's Forever in the Friend Zone.
So we're gonna work back.
I'm gonna get off the school podium here. I'm gonna let's. Oh, fuck! I bumped the mic. All right. Here, Austin, presenting your rebuttal. Austin's Forever in the Friend Zone review. There you go.
Okay, Kyle. Make sure there's lots of awkward reverb.
I will. Yeah, when I bump the mic, as you can get up. Can you do a nervous cough real quick? All right, I will echo that throughout the school cafeteria. All right, go on.
Oh. Okay. So Forever in the Friend Zone is kind of my introduction to this band.
This is your first album.
Yeah, it's not the first. I started with Day Job, but they had released this album it was a really coincidence. Like, I was just listening to Day Job for the first time.
So it was 2015 when you heard it.
Yeah, they had released it like a week after I discovered the band. So I was like, oh, cool. I'll listen to this now. And
sure.
I like the album. I used to listen to it a lot. It was one of my, car albums.
I was going to say car albums, yeah, when you were doing Delivery, right? Was that during this?
No, Delivery was after. This was just
after
me
this? Okay.
Just driving around Charleston in South Carolina. This would be one of the songs I'd have for my long-ass commute.
One of the albums, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get into it. I'm probably gonna refer to this album again, specifically the 5 tracks that I've gone over here.
Yeah, if you could just at least name those right now so I can write those down.
So the 5 I've gone over here specifically is track 6, which is Everything's Okay.
Okay, I've heard that one.
It's track 9, which is Saturday Night.
I don't remember that.
Track 11 is Money. We have track 12, which is Love Song. I only touch on that one really quickly.
Okay.
And then the final track on the album, track 14, which is Worry on My Mind.
Wow, okay. Literally none of your 5 are my 2 that I picked that I liked.
Yeah, so I just grabbed a smattering. I didn't go after what I thought would have been the radio play or the song that people would.
All of these are on the second half of the album, so.
Yeah, I just grabbed, there's some things that I liked from the album. There's a nice average test
Yeah,
case.
give us a mental picture of the album while I play some of these songs so that people know exactly why this album sounds different or like what you like about it, so people can get into it.
Yeah, so like you said, Rump Shaker is definitely a time capsule.
Yes.
And the interesting thing is how the band remains so consistent from Rump Shaker to Forever in the Friend Zone in a lot of ways.
Okay.
But as times change, they've updated in some things. And
so you don't know about Infectious?
Infectious?
Yeah, their 2008 album where they put in like a disco sound and everybody hated it.
No, I haven't gone through Infectious.
So you missed that whole era of the band where they went more disco and did some weird shit, and then they came back to their old style with Day Job. So you missed all that.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to put that in because I don't really bring it up, but there you go. They didn't remain consistent until 2012. Now they are.
Okay. Between these two albums, the sound is consistent. For the most part.
I'm the heckler in the back.
Yeah. Thank you.
Who is that guy? Can you arrest that guy? Get him out of here.
Get him out of here. Don't kick his jacket. Don't give it
back.
Is
that Linkara?
Is that the great Linkara?
Look, there he is.
Psychic Pebbles Trump is the best thing. I fucking love it.
Alright, go on.
Right, so I do like this band. It's difficult for me to talk about it before Rump Shaker because the notes I have here are referencing it after the fact. But
I already got out the before, so go ahead.
The before?
The before Rump Shaker part is done. I already talked about it.
Oh, I thought we were going track by track.
We are track by track for Rump Shaker, but we're talking about Forever in the Friend Zone right now. Were you about to? Were you about to just jump into Rump Shaker?
I'll have to give some of my thoughts about it. See for how it compares to Forever in the Friend Zone. So.
Okay, so I guess we'll just save that for later then. Because I still gotta talk about
Would it be terribly difficult to move all the Forever in the Friend Zone stuff to after? You have to cut out a lot now.
No, it's not really. This isn't really a lot, but no, we could save it for later if you want to, so that you can have a direct comparison. Yeah. Okay, so we'll save that for later. Okay, so.
All that podium shit didn't happen. That was all fake.
I fooled you. This is all simulation.
It's a shame because I do love the fucking Linkara.
I'm keeping that. We're just gonna move on after that. We're just gonna say, all right, pocket this. We'll save it for later.
Yeah. All right. It's a shit. It's out of order. Fucking send it back. We'll do it live.
So their last actual release was a best of vinyl back in December of 2018, which is packed from stuff from the 2006 to the 2018 era of the band. So if you like that sound, you go ahead, grab that album. I'm not sure who the label is, but they also printed Rump Shaker on vinyl because people really like this album. I think a lot of people agree that it's actually one of their most popular albums aside from the Disney covers. So people wanted a vinyl release of it, and they got it in 2013, 10 years later.
Yeah, I think I will pick this one up.
Yeah, on vinyl.
Yeah, I'm thinking I will. Yeah.
That's an improvement, from somebody who never really thought about it at all.
Trying to see if I could find what the label was.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Yeah, because they did a bunch of they did a Third Wave Ska reissue where they reissued a bunch of... I'm
looking at the buy page. They don't really just jump out and see what the label is.
Well, we're talking about Rump Shaker now.
I'm gonna count. You're gonna jump, okay? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go! Jump, 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 jump.
Alright, so Rump Shaker is Suburban Legends' second full-length album after Origin Edition, and it's their last, with original lead vocalist Tim Maurer, their bass guitarist and Tim's brother Chris Maurer. They were in the band at the time. They had the trumpet players Vince Walker, who is now the new lead singer, Aaron Bertram, also trumpet player. He has very unique backing vocals. You can hear him in 2 of the songs here. That's Aaron Bertram. Trombonist Brian Robertson, who shares a last name with you, and also plays trombone.
Yeah.
And also, Austin, you want to hear something funny I noticed? He also does cover art for albums, like you do.
Yeah, he was the guy I reached out to do the artwork I did for them.
Yep, pretty great. You know what else he did cover art for, Austin? He did the cover art for the newest Real Big Fish album you don't like, Life Sucks, Let's Dance. Brian Robertson made that cover.
The cover's fine. The cover's fine. I don't mind. Yeah, it's good. It's just what's on the inside of the album that I don't really like.
The outside paints a good picture, but the inside... Yeah. And last but not least, there is the second trombonist, Ryan Dallas Cook, who unfortunately passed away in 2005 after a motorcycle accident. he was a really great musician. People remember him really fondly. He was really nice. So, shout outs to his friends and family who still remember him to this day. They still talk about how great, Dallas Cook was. So, God rest his soul. God rest his soul. Put that cross up there. A lot of the band's identity is on this album, and later records would change things up significantly. I don't think actually Infectious was 2008, because 2008 was Let's Be Friends and Slay the Dragon Together. So it might have been before that. I think it might have been like 2006 or 2007. But 2008 they released Let's Be Friends and Slay the Dragon Together, which kind of sort of went back to their punk and dancey roots, but they weren't really committing to any sort of sound until they switched back to a ska-focused sound with Day Job in 2012. And that was your first album with the band. I was not really a fan of it. I could tell that the band wasn't something I was really interested in anymore. But I do gotta give the current lead singer props, Vincent Walker. He does really try hard. He matches the band's energy really well. He's been in the band a long time, so he performs live with the band. He gets into coordinated dance routines. He runs the crowd really well, like a good frontman should. So fucking big ups, dude. I can't talk shit on Vince. I don't think he's as good a singer as Tim, but I do think he's a great guy.
I think I will say I don't even. Okay, it's very difficult for me because I listen to both back to back, Tim and Vince. Mm-hmm. I lean toward Tim is very, very slightly better.
Very slightly, all right.
But I do think it's a small gap.
It's marginal. It's a very small amount.
And I think that Tim goes for a style that I find extremely unappealing.
Yeah, you're not into this at all.
In actual use, in
its implementation,
in the actual music, I find it lesser.
Okay, I see. When in context with the rest of the band, do you think Tim doesn't fit as well as Vince does?
I don't know if I would call it. I think Tim, as you say, Rump Shaker is definitely a product of its time.
Yeah, we'll get into that. It's a time capsule.
As it turns out, that time I really dislike the music of that time.
I specifically mentioned it on the last song.
I think largely the music of that time is really terrible. Or at best, just extremely unappealing to me.
I have fond memories of that, but I can understand why you'd be like, ugh.
So this is why, like I said, I had asked for my sister's thoughts on this.
Really? You asked how she felt about the singer?
Yes, because I asked how she felt about this whole album, and she went ahead and listened to some Forever in the Friend Zone and some other stuff as well.
Damn, man, you really put her to work. She's not even on the podcast.
she listens to music while she works, so she was able to take the time.
All right.
So the
shout outs to Austin's sister.
Hey Ashley, if you listen to this, I probably shouldn't be, but hey,
you should send it to her. Just tell her. We give her the shout out. Yeah.
So she was in her own words an angsty preteen.
So she listened to stuff like this.
She was a huge fan of MCR and Avenged Sevenfold and all that kind of shit. She was extremely into the Hot Topic kind of look.
Which Tim rocks. Tim really rocks that look. I went back and looked at some live shows, and he has the fucking swoopy hair.
Yeah, she. I don't know. I wouldn't say that she leaned like full into emo or full into scene, but she was like within that sphere, somewhere in the Venn diagram.
Which was very popular in like the 2002 to 2005 era.
I never liked it. It was always extremely unappealing and bad to me.
Always.
So
definitive, this guy. Talk about how much you may hate scene kids on our ska podcast.
Did I?
Yeah, just
Have
now.
I done that? Well, I didn't say I hated scene kids.
Why?
As long as
you hate their taste. You hate.
I hate their taste. Yeah, I think their taste is awful. But as long as they're fine, who cares?
All right.
So I've got a quick little summary of her thoughts.
On the whole album from her? Is this what?
Her tastes have evolved over time. So I'm just gonna read verbatim. She has a quick little line or two here.
Okay.
She says, "So I gave it a listen, like everything in quotation. Like she listened to the whole thing.
The whole album, yeah.
And I just couldn't get into it anymore. Sad smiley face or
the time has passed.
Sad emoticon.
Sad emoji.
My jams now are from a completely different spectrum than what I used to listen to. But to be honest, angsty preteen me would have been into it. LOL."
Yep. Okay.
So I think I think that's an extremely emblematic sort of mini review of Rump Shaker.
Yeah, it's pretty much. I like that.
And it's largely why I just do not love Rump Shaker.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I understand now.
So I will get into why after we do a track by track or look into Rump Shaker here of why I believe Forever in the Friend Zone is more appealing to someone of my taste.
All right, we're gonna save that for after, I guess.
So
right.
for
How
now,
far are we now? We are 40 minutes in, so we got time.
We will closely examine Rump Shaker.
Closely, I don't know about closely, but as close as we can. I give it about the same amount of attention as the Slackers album.
Yeah, I want to hear your thoughts on it. Because you obviously come from you have different tastes which appeal to you, so.
Yeah, I actually do like, I'm not saying I was super into the Hot Topic scene, but I do like some of those bands, including My Chemical Romance. I do like this album. I think it's their best, personally. I think Rump Shaker is the best they ever got. Not to say that they're not good now, but I do really just like this era of the band. I think they were fucking killing it at the time. They had just released a really successful EP that was, like, very emblematic of what their sound was going to be. And then they got the original lead singer back, and he was, in my opinion, a much better lead singer than Vince's. I think he had style, he had charisma, and he had a better singing voice that carries the weaker tracks on this album that Vince cannot do on later albums. Vince can't carry a weak song.
The interesting thing is that I believe to the T what you just said. Just replace the names Vince and Tim.
Just switch them out.
I think Vince has a far better personality and energy and character to him that really boosts up the songs.
Wow. I
think Forever in the Friend Zone does more with less. I think
more
it
with
is.
Less. Wow.
I do think so. It's
an interesting way of putting that.
My overall feeling for Rump Shaker is that it's flat. It's too smooth. There's not enough texture to it.
What? Oh my god, I'm about to prove you so fucking wrong with my next statement.
You want to go for it, go for it.
Yeah, I think this album sounds the best and the most cohesive, probably because its mixer and producer, John Avila, from the bassist from one of my favorite bands, Oingo Boingo. The bassist from Oingo Boingo mixed and produced this album.
A mixer can only do so much with what he's given.
But listen, you hear everything really well in this album. It actually has depth. This and the EP both have a lot of depth that I feel like the later albums do not have. I feel like the later albums are flat.
That's so weird because I feel like...
I can actually hear the difference between... Because in this era, the band had 2 trombonists and 2 trumpets. They had 4 brass sections.
Is it weird that maybe I think Rump Shaker is too mixed? Like, it seems too polished. Like, it's too smooth.
Wow, yeah, that's a very odd opinion to have, in my opinion. I've had that feeling about other albums. You feel like it's overmixed. You feel like it's overdone.
It's just so smooth and boring, and I don't love I don't love the kind of style that Tim is going for in his vocals, so I just don't find that appealing at all.
That I understand.
It's giving me very little to grab onto. With one exception. That I will talk about, the one exception in this album.
Okay, we'll get to that. Yeah, don't spoil it right now, but
But, Forever in the Friend Zone has got like a few of the tracks are just straight up acoustic, so it's like...
Yeah. Which they still did back then.
Yeah. Not on this album, though.
No, not on this album, but
still. It feels to me that Forever in the Friend Zone has a more real, true sort of texture to it, which gives me more to grab onto, as well as a style and character to it that I find more appealing.
We are in opposite camps here.
I know, this is why I had the little quote from before the show.
I like that.
This is why I said I don't know who's the bad guy today.
This is gonna be I thought that you were talking about that next episode for the next thing you're gonna recommend. Today, who's the bad guy? You decide. Vote now. Or at least vote later. We haven't gotten into the album yet. All right. When I was talking about John Avila, the bassist. He shows up briefly in Pick It Up too. They interviewed him in that movie. So obviously he was also big into the ska scene. It's all cyclical. It comes back to where we are now. I think Rump Shaker has a decent amount of variety in its sound. I recommend it overall personally. I think it's really good. But let's just get into it now. We've been putting it off for too long. Let's talk about track 1. High fives.
High fives. you know my overall thoughts for Rump Shaker.
You got those out of the way early.
The rump is smooth and unappealing. It is a flat rump.
It tasteless and lukewarm.
Tasteless and lukewarm.
This rump is not what I ordered. Send it back.
But High Fives has a good hook at the start.
Okay, yep.
It's got a good hook, but this song does feature an immediate problem I have with this, especially this earlier incarnation of the band. The current band also features this issue, but not quite as bad, I think.
All right.
I think the lyricism is terrible.
It's self-aware. It's a bunch of joke lyrics. It's bro culture.
See, here's the thing, though. When I get the kind of self-aware lyrics in Real Big Fish, I get that they're self-aware. The thing with
you get that they're mean-spirited.
They're a parody in Real Big Fish. Like,
yeah, they're here too.
Obvious. It's obvious.
This is also a parody.
It doesn't feel like a parody in this one to me. I don't know if it's just because of how genuine the band is.
It's not.
Like, in general,
it's not genuine. I think you're projecting that onto this joke song.
I don't.
It's corny. It's a bunch of corny jokes.
But they use the exact same kind of lyricism in a lot of their music, to the point where they have "Forever in the Friend Zone" as the name of an album.
Yeah, these are grown men, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the songs in "Forever in the Friend Zone" is about missing high school, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's about missing high school.
SL High. It's like the second or third song.
Real Big Fish has got a song like that. They've got a few songs like that.
Yeah, exactly. But like,
so
fucking,
it's
that's
weird.
why I'm saying this is a time capsule, because they use
very
words
much a
like
time capsule.
"we look so totally bitchin'," and they say "guaranteed sex at the prom."
It's weird. That's why the band is so fucking consistent, because they have the same kind of dated language in "Forever in the Friend Zone."
They do. Fucking 12 years later, they still write songs.
But I use the term in the next track to describe the kind of weird lyricism. Okay. I describe it as beta incel energy.
That was
the
song. This album has beta incel energy.
Yeah.
But you realize these are parody lyrics, though, right? And I will mention that, obviously. A couple songs are written from the perspective of an asshole.
I have it down there. I have it in my notes, being like, it could be a joke. I hope it's a joke.
Yes.
However, listening to it, it does not sound like a joke.
You know, they still play some of these songs in front of kids and their parents. They still play these songs at their Disney shows.
I don't know what the purpose. I'm going to assume it is a joke. I will assume that full-heartedly.
Yeah, it's also my number 4.
I will, however, also assume that there is some kernel of truth to the joke. And that, regardless of whether it's a joke or not, I don't believe it was delivered as well as it could have been. The same way, like, Real Big Fish can deliver this joke.
You want this song to be more obviously a joke, is what you're telling me right now. You're telling me it's not obvious enough that it's a joke.
They did not wink to the audience enough, in my opinion. And maybe it's
I didn't see a single wink in this audio
and maybe
song.
It is because the sound of this album is so unappealing to me, and I just immediately tie this kind of vocal style and sound to that kind of beta incel energy.
Does this even make it in your top 5 at all? The single,
No.
the big single of the album is not even in your top 5.
It's not one of the worst ones, but it's not the top 5.
It's my number 4. It's an easy pick for single.
Here is my verbatim notes on this.
Oh, you're gonna read them off now. Okay.
Here we are.
You just wanted to counterpoint my point.
I shall deliver my verdict. It's got a good hook.
Judge Austin.
I'm the bad guy.
Yeah, you're the
Kyle squarely in the I am a bad guy camp on this one.
I have positive things to say, and he's like, you know what? It's not funny enough.
Here we go.
Let me read off my verdict. Guilty. Poof. You bang the gavel on the fucking. Get the fuck out of my.
The show's over. The show's over.
I'm me. I was Judge Dredd the whole time.
It's me, Austin!
Thanks, Austin.
Got a good hook. Writing style is weirdly consistent to the modern band.
You gave it up on the first song. You gave it up. You're the bad guy on the first song.
That's what you think. You think I'm the bad guy.
All right.
I don't even think you're the bad guy. I think you're just the misled guy.
the misled. All right.
The guitar work on the track is good.
Yeah, Brian. I didn't mention Brian yet because I wanted to get into some of the great guitar stuff he does. Brian Clem.
Yeah. Clem is fantastic.
Clem is great.
He's a brilliant boy.
Yeah. Everybody loves Clem, dude.
Everyone loves. Of course they do. Look at him.
He's lovable. He's such a lovable guy. He just had a kid last year.
Oh, I can't believe that.
Yeah, what a nice guy. Yeah.
He's great.
I really hope it's going well for him. Anyway, Clem's guitar work is fucking great on this song, and there's another one I gotta bring up later. I'll get to it. I can't remember what it is right now.
This song features a slowdown section.
Yep.
Usually I love those. I did not love them here. It wasn't. I did not like it here.
In the whole album or just this song?
Just this song. I think it works in other places.
Yeah, there's a couple more later on.
I had to listen to the album before the podcast, and I had to write down all the notes as I was listening to it.
Really? You had to do that for this podcast that we do?
The reason why I have to is because this album, for me, being so smooth and flat, some of the songs just kind of run together.
Oh my god! All right, I disagree.
So it's hard for me to pick a song out as like.
Do you have a top 5 at all, or top 3?
Of course I do. I have a top 5.
Okay.
I don't think it's unfair to assume that this band is inspired by Real Big Fish, in a way, right?
No, yeah, we'll get into that later. I didn't want to bring that up right now, but yeah.
I think it's fairly obvious in a lot of ways.
It's fairly obvious that there was one of the inspirations, and then
that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. It's interesting because I think a lot of what they do just seems like they're trying to do a Real Big Fish, but not as good.
Wow, dude.
At least for this album. I feel like they have created enough of a different style with their later work that I'm aware of. Especially with Real Big Fish having gone in their own direction as well.
The wrong direction, okay.
Their own direction. I wasn't that mean.
They took the wrong turn at Albuquerque, dude.
They had, though, yes. As they have the beta incel energy in this album, in my opinion, Real Big Fish at the time is definitely the Chad, the Alpha Chad, who
You're fucking ruining this album for me, dude.
is giving them some help.
Real Big Fish released Cheer Up the year before this, and you don't like that album.
I'm fine with that album. I don't like it as much as you do. But I think it's a perfectly fine album. I do like Cheer Up, but it's not their best.
You're right.
It's definitely not their worst.
We'll get into all-time ska classics soon. My next one I picked up is absolutely a classic, so... But we'll get into that later. But anyway, dude...
Let's transition to the next song.
Wait, I didn't finish my last thing.
All right,
I said earlier that this band has 2 trumpets and 2 trombones, and there's a lot of depth, and you hear it in the horn line of this, and in another song where their trombone is, some of their best stuff. And they cover a lot of ground in this opening song. I think it's a very strong start. So, there you go. Sorry, I just wanted to say that underneath your fucking bullshit for a long-ass time. Now we'll get into the next song, all right? Austin, it's you.
Oh, it's me?
You.
Like Mustard Plug You, or like...
Yeah. This is not a very creative name for a song, I'm not gonna lie. It's just You. It's just that's the name of the song. It's track 2, You.
Yeah.
So.
This is a great example of their terrible lyricism.
This is probably one of the not great songs. I would say.
Yeah.
I did not get into it as much as other songs, but quick recurring theme. I mentioned this earlier, but you've really just undercut everything I wanted to say about this album with your beta incel energy. Some of these songs sound like they're written about wanting girls from the perspective of assholes or entitled guys, and this is one of the latter. This is written from the perspective of an entitled guy, so the whole incel energy thing applies. But it has a very catchy horn line, and it does follow after High Fives pretty strongly. And the bass is mixed really well. You hear the bass really well in this song. The bass is good. Thank you, John. Bass John.
Thank you, John.
Well, Chris Maurer was on the bass, but thank you to John for mixing it.
Thank you, Tony Hawk. I don't have a lot to say about this one. It's just, It's not for me, like much of the album, so it's just
cool, let's move on. All right. That's it. I have nothing else to say about you. I said it all.
Shortest review. On to the next one.
Yeah, on to the next one. The good one! Track 3, Bright Spring Morning. So, Austin, this is number 1. This is easily the best song on the album. Yes, Bright Spring Morning is hands down. Everybody shut the fuck up. Bright Spring Morning is one of the best songs Suburban Legends have ever made, and they know it. They play it live all the fucking time, and the audience loves it too.
It is definitely a fan favorite. I will not take that away. It is
and
not in my top 5.
They often do slow versions of it. They do a piano rendition of it. They sometimes just do acoustic guitar. This song is versatile. It can be played in both ways, and it's fine. I like the energetic version of it, personally. The chorus is really fun to jump to. I love seeing people jump on this. The guitars are really well mixed. Clem's fucking great on this song. And it has some of the best singing on the album. I think Tim's singing is fucking, like, at his peak here, and then one other song. The horn line after the chorus is fucking great. God, I love Bright Spring Morning. This song emphasizes how much I think this song is the perfect going out of summer into fall album, which is why I picked it. I mean, it took a little long, the end of October to get to, but this is a great fall driving around town with the window down song. Mm-hmm. It's the best song in the album. Bright Spring Morning is the best one. That's my opinion.
I can see where you're coming from on that. And I would definitely say that it is a good song.
Okay. Not in your top 5, though.
Not in my top 5.
Wow.
My top 5.
I'm
because it's still, from what I find appealing. From my point of view, I think it starts very strong.
It's so positive.
It's a great start.
And it has none of that instant energy you're fucking so worried about. It has none of that.
I just don't love the vocalist style of singing. I don't like it. I think it's angsty as hell.
What the fuck?
I don't like angst. I don't like it.
It's not. It's not at all. It's about encouraging
It sounds
your
like
friend.
it to me.
It's about encouraging your friend.
The lyrics might be like that, but the sound doesn't come across that way to me.
Wow. All right.
The one little note I have on it that sums it pretty much all up, and we kind of touched on it before, was that it sounds like a track you'd hear playing at a Hot Topic. And I don't doubt that it got lots of play at Hot Topic.
I respectfully disagree on this one. There's another one later that I absolutely will say that, but it's not this one. maybe the slow piano rendition. Maybe. They have that on the best of vinyl, which kind of annoys me that it's not the energetic version, but whatever.
Is that the best of vinyl that just released?
The best of vinyl in December, yeah, it has the slow version of this.
If I pick it up and I'll listen to it on my record player, I'll tell you what I think about the slow version.
I linked it to you. Anyway.
It's not for me.
Fine, it's not for you. All right, I understand. I can't convince you on everything. I'm trying my best, but you.
I want to. It's why it's so frustrating. It's like I want to, man. I want to.
Like talking to a brick wall.
But honestly, Tim is like just giving me a bad taste in my mouth, man.
Oh, fuck, dude. I really like Tim singing here. Tim singing is really... What I need is a long holiday.
He's just like out-of-place sriracha on my breakfast food. I don't want it there.
Sriracha on my breakfast.
Who put this on here? What the fuck? I wanted the maple syrup that is Vince. And I've been given sriracha.
The maple syrup. Yeah, the fucking... All right, I'm not going to say...
Hey, track 4, Up All Night.
Alright, so following Bright Spring Morning is a very close number 2 for me.
Okay.
Up All Night's my number
Cool.
2. It's catchy as hell. It's got the disco funky flavor that the band often likes. It's got the ooh, it's got that.
I noted the oohs, the oh-ohs.
The trombones are some of the best stuff. I really like the trombone line. The brump, whomp, whomp, whomp.
Tell me where on my top 5 this one lies.
Number 3? I don't know.
Number 3 exactly.
What?
The
Whoa! I landed that shit.
I have good things to say about this song.
Okay, all right. You know what? I was gonna talk about some live performances of Vince doing it, and it's like how night and day how different the song sounds because he can't hit the same notes Tim can. He just kind of shouts the lyrics. But anyway, go on. Go ahead, say what you like.
I'm sure I'd still like Vince's version too, because a lot of what I like about this song is what I like about the current band.
Oh, all right. Yep.
The chorus is a highlight.
Yep.
I like the chorus. I put this song as like it's a good example of what I like about Suburban Legends, and it is their camaraderie and the feeling that they're just a load of boys in an endless park.
Yeah.
Like,
which is why I compared them to a boy band earlier.
Yeah, it's that specific, and it's good. Like you can call them a boy band, but they're not smeared in like the artificiality of like a normal.
No, but they have the
boy
aspects
band.
of the choreography, and they're all very handsome.
Yeah.
They're all very pretty boys. Honestly.
I listened to this album, so the choreography is nothing for me.
Right. I looked up live performances, so yeah.
Like this is a perfect example of why Suburban Legends, I think, has a certain they occupy a certain unique niche within the ska landscape.
Yeah, this is very dancey. This is a very dancey song, so I understand why a lot of people just like. They have a lot of songs just about dancing.
Yeah, I mean, ska is like a genre of dance. Most of it is dance. Suburban Legends, I will stand by, at least, especially like at the moment, are probably one of like the better live shows to see.
Yes, yeah, their live shows are like really. We're only talking about this album to get people to go see their live shows because their live shows are the best part.
And as you said yourself, you think that Vince is a lot better live.
Yes, Vince is definitely better live.
I think all this recorded shit that they release is basically tertiary. Like, they are a live band.
Tertiary, yeah, you're right. Absolutely, I agree. But this is the only album I thought that actually channeled their energy well. I think Rump Shaker actually channels it the best. But other albums are still, like, it's the studio versus the live band curse,
That's why this is so interesting that I feel like Forever in the Friend Zone does a better job at that. As like delivering their energy closer to what you experience.
Disagree.
I know.
The mixing is not as good.
We are at an impasse. I don't think the mixing matters as much.
I really think mixing is important.
I don't even know that I would call it worse in either between. Like, I'm not sure.
You just don't like the over polish. You think that's how you feel about it? I would say. Yeah. I didn't say that.
I mean, you know what kind of music I like to listen to. I don't like it to be over polished.
No.
It's weird that like in everything that I make, I will polish it forever. If everything isn't a perfect right angle or perfectly smooth, I will be furious.
I'm the same way with editing. I need shit to be perfect.
But anything that I listen to, or even like things that I enjoy, typically have lots of organic feel to them.
Yeah.
And
you like that.
I like that in what I take in. So it's like Forever in the Friend Zone gives me more of that, without the sriracha of early 2000s emo culture. So
but Up All Night is fun, and it's not emo culture.
Up All Night is a brilliant example from the band that I will happily take from this album. Up All Night is perfectly fine.
It's at least on your number 3, yeah.
It's number
great.
3.
Great song. All right, and I wanted to also just another quick thing. The trombone work is probably some of my favorite stuff on the whole album. So rest in peace, Dallas. God rest his soul. Thank you for your hard work, dude. We miss you. All right, so next song, Blingity Bling. This is another song about an asshole who wants a trophy wife, whom he calls a baby maker.
You see, here, this is an example of this done. Like, this is silly enough, but this is obviously the joke.
Oh, no, so this is the obvious joke now. Now you get it. Only when every line is a fucking joke.
It's about the way the song is written. It's not about the lyrics specifically. It's like the sound of the way, the actual like instrumentation of it. It's like the way that the music goes with the lyrics is how you deliver the joke.
Blingity Bling! It's also great live, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, this is my number 4.
This is your number 4, wow.
Yeah, this is a sillier track, obviously. It's weird that this is like the prototype for Money from Forever in the Friend Zone. To the point that they reference Blingity Bling and Money.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So it's like, it's interesting. I do prefer Money. But, Blingity Bling it's totally fine. And it's weird that it's a title track that isn't a title track.
Yeah, I said it. I guess it's considered a title track because they say Rump Shaker in it, and there's no other Rump Shaker on the rest of the album, so it's got to be Blingity Bling.
I prefer Tim in this because he's not going for he's singing in a different style.
Yeah.
This is a style I find him more palatable in.
Okay.
Like, I think that's why I believe he is a good singer. He's just doing a style that I don't like.
Okay, so I think maybe if we get in later into the album, you'll find more stuff about Tim you like then.
Yeah, we'll see.
I mean, is this song good? Is the question.
I mean, compared to other songs in the album, I would choose to listen to this over it. Obviously, as my number 4.
Really? Okay.
But like, if I'm gonna put it in like playlist full of like what I would consider like masterworks of ska, probably not.
Yeah.
Like, it's mostly a novelty song, and that's fine. Like, novelty songs have their place.
It's the shortest song on the album, so it doesn't wear out its welcome. It's
no.
like 2.
There's a song on this song that definitely does, and you know that I love my long songs too. So.
Okay, I guess we'll get at that. Anyway, there's 2 long songs on this album.
Yeah.
But it's not really memorable for me other than the chorus. I don't find myself coming back to this one, and I often consider skipping it, but I don't because it's short. It's kind of like a speed bump, in my opinion. I think I'd rather get over Blingity Bling and move into the other stuff in the album. So, it's short. There you go. It's good.
I've got other albums like that where I skip songs and you're like, how could you possibly? So like I understand where you're coming from on that one.
I don't skip it though. Like nothing on this album is actually a skip, but this is the closest I've come. I think it's definitely a great example of the time capsule, considering it says bling a lot, and bling has been dead for over a decade.
It's part of the reason why that lyric being super outdated is part of why it has like a weird charm to it.
Show off my money, yeah.
Yeah, it's got a charm to it that the emo time capsule stuff doesn't.
All right, well, let's move on.
Track 6.
I feel like we've said enough about Blingity Bling. We went way over the duration of the song.
I guess this track kind of leads into your theory about it being a summer to autumn song. So.
Yeah, Autumn in the Park.
Ladies and gentlemen, Suburban Legends!
Track 6. It was a tough, almost number 5. I bumped it down to 6 after a couple listens. This one's fun. It takes a while to get to the chorus, but there's that really sweet, that really horn-focused opening, and is really sweet sounding. The chorus is catchy. I do think the lyrics are a little boring, but it's danceable. This is the halfway point of the album.
Yeah.
I feel like it could have been a good song to end the album on. Maybe if you put it before or after Last Dance, I think it would have been better than the halfway point of the album. As for right now, it's good. I like Autumn in the Park quite a bit.
This one's definitely of its time.
Okay.
I noted that specifically.
I feel this when I watched him do it live.
It's of its time at the start, for sure. The beginning, I don't think it's got a strong opening. I don't like the opening of this song.
Okay. I think the opening is one of the better parts of it.
However, I do like the chorus quite a lot. I do like the chorus once the accompaniment kicks in. Once the horns. Boy. Yeah, I love that part. That's
don't
great.
Be afraid. That's good. Tim's good singing, man.
That's good. I do like that a lot. The guitar solo was kind of mediocre.
Yeah,
it didn't do much.
I didn't even mention that in my notes on this one. Honestly, I forgot about it.
Like I'm used to like, oh, it's guitar solo. Like it's time to flex the guitarist.
It's time to flex.
And it's like, oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brian Clam.
Okay, thanks, Brian. Like we know you're an amazing guitarist, but I mean.
Cut the spotlight off. Turn it off.
Why you even have a solo for that?
Yeah, why do you have a solo? That was such a fucking
Brian,
weird part of the song.
That's why it's so confusing. Like, Brian, we know you can do amazing shit. Like,
yeah, what's happening?
Get out there, buddy.
Get out. What? Just pat him on the back. Brian, what's going on, buddy?
He's like,
Need some water?
Yeah, this song is fine. It's fine. Maybe it would have been. Maybe it's like another thing where it's a close number 5. Same for me.
Okay.
Just because of the nice chorus part I like.
Another song came into number 5 after a couple more listens. I learned to appreciate another song better. But you got anything else to say about Autumn in the Park?
Nah, there's not a ton.
Okay, let's get into a really fun song, Powerful Game. Okay, so this is a similar situation to the Slackers, where the trumpet player, Aaron Bertram, comes out and he sings on Blingity Bling, and on this song, he comes in with that, "It ain't so easy to be this easy." That's Aaron.
And I like the vocals at the start more. This is my number 5, by the way.
They trade off a couple times. This is your number 5. This is my number 3.
I like his vocals better.
This song is also told from the perspective of a total dickhead. Because it's a guy who takes advantage of girlfriends and treats relationships like it's a game where he's always the winner. He's a real shithead. You can't see my face when I'm walking away. You think I'm powerful, I'm irresistible, and you ought to know that you're my girl. You ought to know. Yeah. It's a real shithead.
Yeah.
But it's how it's delivered that's really entertaining. Like, I like the sleazy charm. Good song.
I put this down as another standard SL Suburban Legends kind of song.
I would love to hear this live, personally. I haven't yet, but I would love to hear it live. This is the second best showing from Tim's vocals, in my opinion, and Aaron adds a lot to it because they trade off a couple times.
Let's see here. It's got great momentum. It's got amazing momentum. The momentum is fantastic.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I think this song is actually probably one of the most well-paced. It really feels like it has a clear beginning, middle, and end.
And there's some parts with the horn does some lamenting backing, which I quite like a lot. Mm-hmm. That in the breakdown it does. I love that little, like that is like a great example of like the kind of texture that I'm looking for.
Yeah, which is only on this album.
It's important. Like those are little spicing things. I think
little bits of spice. Just
I believe that Forever in the Friend Zone can get some added texture because I believe they have They have a better bottom. They have a better footing. Like they've got most of their songs have far better momentum than I think. Most of them have great momentum. The drum work and the bass guitar work on that one gives it an amazing bass that helps push their music forward.
Right.
While
okay.
giving
I can agree with that.
While
That's
giving
really
it like
it
gives it like a really solid foundation that they can build the rest of the song on top of, and that allows it amplifies what they do, so they can do more with less.
You know, I didn't think about that, but I think that's a very good point. I think Forever in the Friend Zone has a stronger bottom, has a better foundation.
It's that bottom I think that gives it the texture that I'm looking for.
I don't really mind that so much because I like when it goes high.
I like it to go high, but it needs to go high over a good foundation because that foundation is what I feel like in my chest. Like that's what I want. That's what I'm looking for.
We do have two very different perspectives. I like this. This is a great episode so far.
Yeah, that's why I lean to Forever in the Friend Zone than more recent stuff. But like, Powerful Game is number 5 on my list and is a good example of a pretty standard Suburban Legends song because it has like an inkling of that.
Yes. Okay.
I think they develop and evolve it as the band goes. That's where we're coming from. What do you think about this next one, man?
Oh, Zanzibar. Track 8, this is the instrumental. This is the 241 of Rump Shaker.
Mm-hmm. Is it in your top 5?
No.
Cool, it's my number 1.
What? What the...
I love Zanzibar. Zanzibar is really good.
Are you kidding me?
This is probably this is one of the few songs that I would choose to listen to on the album.
I don't think they've ever played this live. There are no live recordings of this. None. It's only for this album.
It's probably because it's tonally unique. Apart from that, it's the only thing that sounds like this on the album.
You're right. Yeah, this is a very different song. It's got some ohs in the back.
Yeah, I call it a faux chorus. It's just the band members.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You can't go wrong with a faux chorus, in my opinion. Just because
okay.
I love group singing, you know that.
I would have preferred it to be just an instrumental, personally, but
the momentum is fantastic in it. The guitar work and the horns really come together on it. And it pushes and pulls all the time, where it's like the momentum will like start ramping up, and then it'll pull it back and slow down, and then it'll push back. It's just like you can feel it just like pulling and pulling you constantly. So I feel I'm getting more interaction with the song because it's really playing with me in a way. Like the rest of the album feels like it's inspired by Real Big Fish. This feels like an Aquabats like inspiration.
Wow, I would not have guessed that.
Yeah, I put it down. This feels like an Aquabat instrumental with more, just a tiny bit more eyeliner.
Tiny bit more Hot Topic.
Yeah, just a little bit, and not enough for me to get the bad taste in my mouth though.
All right, number 1. Wow.
I feel like the drums are doing great work. Everyone feels like they're on the top of their game in this song, and they all get a moment to shine. So that's why I think Zanzibar is like the specific ray of sunshine for me in this album. So like it's an easy.
This is your out.
It's an easy number 1.
You needed a break from the rest of the album.
Like I really appreciate Zanzibar.
Okay, you clearly got a lot more out of it than I did. I like the horns and drums on this one. I potentially considered it a skip. It's probably in my bottom 3. I think it's a nice break from the rest of the album before we move into the final stretch. There are some really messy parts where Tim is just spouting gibberish in the last minute of the song. I don't know if you remember that. I hate that.
See, that's
it's fucking stupid.
That also feels like an Aquabat reference. It seems a little bit like an Aquabats kind of thing to me.
But I just want to get into the next song, honestly, because the next song is really fucking good. Track 9, All the Nights. So I said I think the song is really good, but before you say anything, let me get my grievances out of the way, because it's not actually great. I just really like it, and a lot of other people actually like it too.
You take it all. Go for it.
Right.
I'll just put my little at the end.
Okay, so you don't have much to say, I guess.
Alright,
so it's the second shortest song, still a little under 3 minutes. It's not that long. I like it quite a bit. This actually ended up at my number 5. After a couple listens, I really kept getting into this one. It's not mixed as well as it could be. It's a little too short. I feel like it could have used more polish or a better horn line. But it's so close to being great, and it's so fucking singable. I really like Tim singing in it. It screams potential, and it's great live. So I like it a lot. It's my number 5. I dig All the Nights a lot. So anyway, go on. That's all I have to say.
For me, I don't like the hook. It takes too long. It takes too long to start, and then when it does, it's a little weak for me.
Wow, the second. Okay.
I have a little. I quoted a line at an emo show, just because I thought that was funny.
All right.
And telling. I have in my notes, at an emo show, I believe it. And then the note directly after that is the lyrics are bad. And my overall for the song is that it feels like it was written as filler. That's what I've got. Like, it feels like they're like, the album's like 2.5 minutes too short. We'll just
2.5
we'll just write a song as filler to fill up this thing. Like, it's not a song that was made and then just ended up as filler. It feels like it was designed for filler.
I don't think it was. I think it just had potential and it just didn't get finished up in time, I think.
I don't love it. The At an Emo Show line is funny in retrospect. But you know.
Like I said, 2003, time capsule, folks. We haven't gotten into the most time capsule one, in my opinion. But...
Not a ton for me to say about this one.
Okay, that's fine. We'll get into number 10, which I'm sure you will notice the real big fish energy on this one.
Oh, I have it right here in my notes.
Yep.
I have it right there.
Track 10, Do It for the Kids.
Do It for the Kids, like the name of it too, just feels like a Real Big Fish song. Like it just the kids don't like it. You know, it reeks of Real Big Fish energy.
Yeah, it reeks of
which
it. It's
might
everywhere.
be the reason this is my number 2, because it's like Zanzibar. I think is the only song that I will come to willingly. But like this is like one of those things.
Close enough.
This is one of those things where it's like, oh, this is reminding me of a thing I'd rather be listening to.
God, why? It fucking sounds exactly like I did when we were talking about Sponge. You sound exactly like
I know. I mentioned this to Ashley. I was like,
there are other people that do this better. You're right. You're right. You're totally right.
I literally said to her, it's revenge for when Kyle had a field day with Sponge. It's got to end up being that.
I picked this album so we could talk about Suburban Legends because we both like the band.
Yeah.
And now you just shit on this as revenge for me talking shit on Sponge.
I don't hate the band. I did not love the direction of the band.
The positions have been reversed
at the time. I don't hate Real Big Fish. I just don't like where they are now. I don't love where Suburban Legends were then.
But this song is great. I mean, it's not in my top 5, but it's really close.
The vocals here are pretty good at the start. You know, the momentum is brilliant again. I like how the movement of the vocals and the music it's like the vocalist is going up and down quite a lot. Like there's lots of movement in it, which is great. It's the texture. It's nice spice.
The texture. There it is. It's the sriracha.
I want the flavor I'm looking for in the song. Just like give me something to taste.
I can taste the egg finally. I can finally taste the egg.
And yeah, it reeks of Real Big Fish.
You're gonna bring up Clem though, right? Because this is some of Clem's best work on the whole album. His guitar work is really good on this song.
Yeah, Clem is fantastic. Like, you can't not praise Clem. Clem is a brilliant boy. Like, he's living his best life.
Yeah, but of all the songs on the album, this is probably Clem's best stuff.
Yeah.
I really love the guitar work on this.
But I can really feel that Tim is just like trying to be Aaron so bad. Like he's trying to be.
They still play this live in front of kids and parents at Disneyland.
They play it live in front of, I guess they must play it live in front of Aaron.
They do it for the kids, dude. They do it for the kids. Literally, at Disneyland. They play that's just the way it goes in a ska band.
The kids are like, what's ska? And the parents are like, what's ska?
Oh, the kids are too young to understand what they're listening to. Kids don't understand it.
No.
They're literally just going, they're like moving their little limbs.
Play the Disney song.
The parents are dancing with the kids. It's really funny. I saw it out of them playing at, oh god, I can't remember, Sip at Pasadena or something. It's part of a Disney thing where they, it's
yeah,
a small
that sounds
event,
familiar.
and there's like 10 people in the crowd
So
spread
sad.
out, and it's like a wide venue, and there's like very little people. But as they go on,
But they're having fun, like that. Even with that kind of
they're
turnout,
always having
they're
fun,
never. They just love doing it.
they're
It's so
always
great.
having fun. And as it goes on, more people show up. So obviously they started early.
Me and my girl are like really aching for a Disney vacation, like to Disney
Aching
World.
for a Disney vacation.
Like, we need a vacation, like big.
I don't doubt it.
So like, I would adore to go to Disney World and see the band again.
Yeah, Disney Anaheim in California.
Yeah.
You'd have to fly all the way across the U.S.
They play in California. They don't play in
Yes.
Florida. I guess that makes more sense.
It's in Anaheim. It's in California.
Oh well, that's. All right.
I've been there. I've been to that Disneyland Anaheim, but I did not see them, unfortunately.
I prefer Disney World, but maybe we'll get out there sometime. Oh hey, Last Dance. Check it out.
It sucks. This is not the way. So many pretty girls, but still I call your name.
Wow, great segue.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is the last song. It's also the longest one.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a good closer, even though I think Autumn in the Park fills the same role.
Is it your top 5?
No. But Tim really, this is the most emo voice Tim ever gets
yeah.
in the whole album.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know, let me finish. He's really got some close intonations to like early Fall Out Boy and My Chemical Romance. He gets really into that. He's rocking the swoop hair. The chorus is really the only good part of Last Dance. The, I don't wanna dance no more. I also love the No Time for Rock and Roll, which is also a real big Fish reference. And
Yeah.
Clem gets a sick guitar solo after it, but that's like it, really. For
Yeah.
the whole song, those are the two good things. You got the chorus and you got Clem's guitar. Everything else is just kind of okay.
The chorus is fine. It's just the chorus is too quick.
The song is about like being tired of dancing all the time.
I know, that's so weird.
Yeah.
That's weird. But then also the song, like, I'm tired of doing this right now.
I'm tired of talking about this album.
It's like I'm tired of doing this right now. I'm tired of dancing. Tired of doing a show. So I'm gonna do the exact same chorus like 50 times in this one song.
Yeah, goes on just a little too long.
The first 40 seconds of the song really makes me roll my eyes. Like, he's just really trying.
Yep. You know, Vince played this live in a crowded Netherlands show. They played this live, like a giant show, and everybody was dancing, have a great time. They played this.
It's so.
7 minutes.
This
it went on for
is
7
really
minutes.
bland. This is really flat to me. And you know I love a good long song. But like, I would listen to, like, if the Slackers have like a 15-minute long song, like, I will listen to that shit and be real happy about it.
They had some long instrumentals. They had 2 on that album.
I've never had a song that's only 5 minutes long feel like a 15-minute long song.
An eternity. Yeah.
Like, oh my god. This
Goes
is
on
not.
just a little
This
too
is.
long.
I would just take this out of the album. Fucking move
Oh,
Autumn.
this is your delete
move,
this. All right.
Move Autumn in the Park to the end and fuck the song.
Okay.
Just
you
take
know
it
what?
out.
I'm okay with that. Like, I wouldn't personally delete it, but I agree with where you're going with that. I think
Delete
Autumn in the
this.
Park fills its role better. Delete
Delete
this. Yeah. So there you go. That's Last Dance.
Fuck.
It's very emo. It's the most emo. Tim really gets into it. Yeah. Anyway,
Oh,
there you go.
Tim.
That's the whole album, Austin. We're done. It's not that long.
Yeah. It's like, it's weird that it's only a 45-minute long album.
Yeah. But that last song really, yeah, you could just delete that.
Yeah, you just get rid of it.
10 tracks. All right. So my top 5, and you can do yours after this. So we can do my top 5 is All the Nights at 5, High Fives at 4, which I realize now I probably could have put it at 5 to be funny. Powerful Game is 3, Up All Night is 2, and Bright Spring Morning is number 1. That's my top 5. What's your top 5? You got them listed out?
Powerful Game at 5.
Okay.
I've got Blingity Bling at 4.
Yeah, you put Blingity Bling at 4. All right.
I've Up All Night at 3. Do It for the Kids at 2, and then Zanzibar at number 1, easily.
Well, at least we have 2 songs on the same list. Up All Night and Powerful Game both made the list for both of us. So there you go. Those are both good songs.
I do love Zanzibar. I would.
Yeah, really. That's the dark horse of this album. That instrumental that I think is just a break.
I'm surprised that
favorite.
It's the past. Yeah, I would say it's one of those ones that maybe you would appreciate more on more.
I think. Well, it's because I like the other stuff on this album just better than it.
Yeah. How long is Zanzibar? Zanzibar is 4 minutes, which is average for this
album. It's not too long. I didn't have that problem with it.
I would listen to the song if it was 8 minutes long. Like Zanzibar is a song I would listen to for 8 minutes. God, Last Dance. I can't.
All right, so we're done. Don't worry, we're done talking about Rump Shaker. We did it all. You can finally get into Forever.
Rump Shaker can't hurt you anymore.
I forced you to listen to it for a while, and then you made your sister listen to it.
I thought I wasn't sure if maybe she'd be into it still or not, but apparently
she said my tastes have changed, Austin.
Yeah, if she had this at the time, I'm sure it would have been on constant.
Yeah, in 2003 when the time capsule was live,
Yes.
I guess that's my bit I can do right now. Austin, here, watch. Oh, Austin, here. I've been digging up this hole in my backyard, and I found this time capsule. Do you want to open it? Do you want to see what's in it?
Oh, it smells like cat piss. It's the cat piss time capsule.
It's the cat piss time capsule, dude. Let's check it out. Oh, wow, dude, look at this treasure trove of goodies. You got Alf Pogs.
Remember Alf?
We've got belts with the little triangle pyramids made out of silver.
We've got Kingdom Hearts belts. We got some stuff. We got a giant Gurr plushie from Hot Topic.
Oh, a Gurr plushie. I have the Homicidal Maniac comic book, actually.
I have that too. Wow, that's in there too.
I can't believe. I wish I knew more about the scene that I don't like, that I purposefully ignore because I don't like it, so that I can make more references.
Oh wow, Under the Cork Tree by Fall Out Boy.
She says she's no good.
Oh wow, Helena. Wait, actually, I don't think that came out in 2003. We got.
I found Helena over in this capsule over here.
We got American Football in here. Look at that.
American Football.
Yeah, American Football, the emo band. From the 90s.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah, they did. All right. Anyway. Oh, whoa! What's this buried under the other stuff? Oh my God, dude! It's Rump Shaker by Suburban Legends. I remember this band, this album.
And there's one of those Garfield things that you put on your car window, so that he's looking at you with the suction cups.
I hate Mondays.
Oh wow, that's so cool! I'm so glad we remembered this. All right, that's the time capsule bit. We're done. The time capsule says 2003 on it. By the way.
Cat piss time capsule. New bit, increasing the lore.
I'm so glad we did that. Let's get through the other album real quick.
Just a few songs. I mean, you listened to this recently. And now I have to make my case for why.
I'll let you take over. Yeah, I love Rump Shaker, so.
I feel like we have come to sort of a middle ground where we at least have a mutual understanding. Because I was I pleaded my case for Zanzibar and for why
you slammed the gavel down.
Yeah, for why this. Yeah, delete this.
Delete this to the last track.
Yeah, so like I said, overall for Forever in the Friend Zone, I feel like the joke is a little more obvious with this one. Because for the friend zone joke, the friend zone meme was pretty obvious even in 2015.
This was 2015, yeah.
It had aged to the ironic level by then.
I was gonna say people didn't really make bro culture jokes back in 2003. It wasn't that common, but now it's been done into the dirt.
So, I think this whole album in general, I believe, has the better foundation, which I think allows it to build to a more cohesive texture and feel that I prefer.
I do think the drum work is better.
Without the emo taste that I don't like, it makes it a lot more appealing for me.
Yeah.
I just want to note this about the album covers real quick. Is you look at Rump Shaker, I don't like the album art on this one.
Oh, you're not with the girl in the.
It's you know,
it's simple.
She's in the white void. I don't like her design. I think she looks really weird.
It's so lazy, honestly.
It looks. She looks kind of like a weird, like, reject Family Guy design. Does that make sense?
Reject Family Guy design? She looks like Meg. She looks like Reject Meg.
She's emo Meg. Cool. I don't love this design, and I think it's fairly emblematic, the look of the design for the album cover to the actual album itself. Like, this is an album I would look at, and I would have probably judged the cover pretty accurately to how I would have been receptive of the music. But I think the album artwork for Forever in the Friend Zone is really appealing and catchy looking.
Yeah, the very heavily colorful, colorized.
This is an album artwork that I would love to add to my wall.
Oh, it would look good on your wall, yeah.
It would look fantastic. This is, again, emblematic. I feel like they have a style that I find more appealing, and that is, like, this delivers more of, like, the
understated,
the raw energy.
Genuine.
It gives more, like this is time for party with, like, the neon
This is
space
time for party.
This is time for party.
It's time for party. You guys get up and let's party to Disney movie.
Are you ready for the dedicated party?
Alright, so you're putting out five tracks. You picked out 5 tracks.
It's good.
Talk about those.
Yeah, so the first track I've got is Everything's Okay.
Track 6.
This is not emblematic. The song is not... It's totally different from the rest of the album.
Is that your number 1, like Zanzibar?
No. It's unfortunate that it's the, numerically first one, because I could have talked about, like, doing it with you, which I think is a really good start for this album.
I don't like doing it with you. Other people seem to. It's on their best of. They like it.
You don't like doing it with me.
Doing it with me. But they like doing it with you. They like playing it live. It's on their best of, too.
I think it's a really... As a starting song, it's brilliant. If they had this in the middle of the album, it would be really out of place.
Yeah, you're right. All right.
But, as a starting song...
It works as an opener.
Yes, it's perfect as an opener. It ramps up and builds to a momentum and then completely, like, splashes into full-bodied song, like, at a brilliant pace. And then the rest of the album continues that momentum, in my opinion, with the brilliant foundation given by the bass and drums.
Okay.
So
where does Everything's Okay land, then?
Everything's Okay is a little... It's close to a mid-track break. It's a nice little it's a nice little pace, bringing it down. Yeah, it's right before the mid. But the mid is Leave Me Alone, which is also kind of a tonal thing. That's just another thing I do like about this album, is that it kind of, in the same way that the Aquabats have, like, a weird, wide and varied sound, where they'll just have, like, a weird little experiment, I think they are learning lessons from the Aquabats. I think they are willing to have tracks which are just like, oh, I had a fun little experiment idea with the song, and we've built it out into a full thing, and now it's like it's a unique sound within the album. And Leave Me Alone, where it's just like a guy who's, like, sad, and he's just, like, kind of tired and wants to just be left alone for now so he can eat a sandwich, and it's like, that's a silly little break in the middle, and I think it's funny. I think it's a funny song that I think is good to listen to, and I can get the emotion behind it.
Leave me alone so I can eat a sandwich.
Yeah, he's like, just leave me alone. It's great. I love it. Everything's Okay is the one that comes before it. It's a calm song, and it's the kind of song that I like. It's the reason I like what is it, off the Slackers? The last song from the Slackers album we just reviewed. I Shall Be Released.
Yeah, the Bob Dylan
cover.
Song.
Yeah, so it's like, I like that song because it's really simple. That one is also basically just acoustic, but it's like, I like a nice song where it's just slow down, like something that you can just sing on your own. Basically, you've got everything the song, has. It's just you singing a song.
Not the crowd songs that you love so much?
I do love a group
polar opposite,
sing.
Where it's just one guy.
Yeah, I like a nice crowd. I like a nice group sing. I like a nice private solo song.
Okay. Well, that's probably why you like that acoustic song on Slackers 2 that I didn't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
like
that song. It was just all right.
Yeah, I like a song that is just, like, good. Like, the group songs are brilliant because, like, I could imagine being in, like, a crowded pub, just everyone singing, and it'd be a brilliant time. But, like, after that's done and you're just driving home, then, like, yeah, you want something where it's just you and you're, it's that moment. In that moment, everything has died down a little bit. It's a lot more quiet. And you've got Everything's Okay just to, bring you home. And I like that song for that reason.
Okay. So what's Saturday night?
Saturday night is the opposite. Saturday Night is interesting because what I was talking about with the whole album, where the songs can be more experimental and go into different places, but it's all within one song.
They just pack it full of variety in this one song.
This song has got lots of variety, and I feel like it transitions surprisingly well between the two. And I think this song is a good example of syncopation.
Oh yeah, you do like that.
Syncopation, I do like that because it's really good for music. Syncopation is like a brilliant tool that I feel like they've mastered at this point in their career.
Oh, for sure. This is like their 6th album, I want to say.
So we're Rump Shaker, you've got everything, and it's like do. Like this one will go do, and that little syncopation really syncopation really brings music to life. It really gives it energy.
So Saturday Night's got that shit in spades.
Exactly. It's why like the Mario Brothers is so great, because you've got the in the back, you got the syncopation.
Huh?
This album having amazing syncopation is why it's so lively.
We already mentioned the drum work's better. The drum work and the bottom is better.
Yeah, the syncopation in Saturday's Night it's present in the vocal work. It's present in all of the stuff. So it's like, and it all syncs up correctly. So it feels more cohesive as the song goes.
Cohesive. Pretty good. And then after that's Money, at track 11.
Money is really interesting because I do believe it's like an evolution of Blingity Bling, where it's like and here's the interesting thing: it's an evolution of Blingity Bling from the opposite perspective.
Yeah.
It's like the exact same original concept for the song. Like this is how it would sound if they rewrote Blingity Bling
now. Yeah. 4 years ago.
But with the exact opposite lyrical concept. So now the song is about being poor as fuck.
Yeah, being poor, yeah.
And it is a lot better for it.
Not having money to show off. Not being on top of the world with your emo voice.
The song has an amazing identity and style. The bass line is fantastic in the song. The bass line in this is amazing.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that.
It's another great example of like doing more with less, in my opinion.
That's a good thing to say about Forever in the Friend Zone, is they doing more with less.
Yeah, I think it's a great song to listen to do more with less. The bass line is really good. Listening to Money is like a direct comparison to Blingity Bling was like a really good way for me to get my thoughts out as to why I think I prefer Friend Zone and why I can justify that, aside from just, my tastes in music. Just a quick mention here, track 12, Love Song. Do you remember this song?
Yeah, I remember Love Song.
I think this is them doing a joke correctly. Love Song Love Song is a really funny joke that is done really well. It's great because like they don't give the joke away immediately. So it's like, oh, like you get a few seconds where like, okay, nice little love song, and then immediately they switch and it's like, okay, this is the exact opposite of that.
Actually, I hate you.
And it's great. It's really funny. I think it's a good song to listen to. Just a quick little mention. I do love Love Song for that reason.
It adds on it builds on its ideas very well. I will say that.
Yeah.
And then Worry on My Mind is the last one. That's the last song of the album.
Worry on My Mind is another great like wind down song. This wouldn't work any other place but at the end.
It's the last song, yeah. 3 minutes. It's not that long. So.
And this is just like Everything's Okay. It's one of those songs where it's like, okay, the night's over, you're alone in the car. This is a great song, especially if you've got like some rough love stuff in the past. Like this'll do.
Had some troubled waters in the
some troubled waters. This is one I used to sing a lot in Charleston, driving around.
I can understand that, and it's the last one too.
This would work great as just a single acoustic guitar and sing around the stage doing their thing. I think that Forever in the Friend Zone, I think it's got a far better foundation, which allows for a lot better texture, just as like the songs that are a lot like Rump Shaker. Like they've got that over them, I believe. Forever in the Friend Zone, also with having more tracks and having more varied tracks, it gives you more variety as you go through it.
Even though it's the same length.
It's the same length, but they have more tracks that are more varied.
Alright.
Where Rump Shaker, to me, kind of bleeds together in a lot of songs.
Mr. Smoothbutt over here.
For me, yeah. Forever in the Friend Zone has a lot of variety. And if you don't like one of the songs in the variety, which I'm sure you don't, you find some of these quite awful, I'm sure.
I wouldn't say awful. Like, it's not as bad as Day Job. It's better than Day Job.
It's not to your taste, sure.
It's certainly better than Infectious. Infectious is definitely their worst album.
So it's like with the variety, if there's something you don't like, it's over quickly and you're on to the next.
It's okay. Yeah, you're already on to the next thing, which is fine. Like, I like albums like this personally. I do.
Yeah, that's a great way to do it. It's the same way in like telling a good joke, where it's like if it's like you're watching Airplane. Like if they have a bad joke, like they're already doing 3 jokes by the time
you're already
you have.
into the next one. Yeah.
So it's like it's great for that.
I feel the same way about Mighty Magiswords. I really like that show because it was just throw everything at the wall over and over. The funny jokes will land and the other ones won't, but they'll be over in like a half second. It'll just be in. You'll be into the next one real fast. But at the same time, like, I'd like the quality of the jokes to be better, and I think Rump Shaker has better quality jokes, and I think I really appreciate the time capsule aspect of it.
But you know what? This analogy works quite well because, you know, humor is subjective, and I prefer...
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's totally fine.
The style and the appeal of Friend Zone dramatically over Rump Shaker.
Yeah, the band's been going for a long time because they're good and because they're consistent, so they can pull this shit off.
That is, like, not an argument. Like, even though Rump Shaker is certainly not my thing, and I would choose not to listen to any of these songs except for Zanzibar,
yeah.
I'm not gonna call it bad. Like, it's certainly not bad. It's just not for me.
The band kicks ass, you know?
That's the one thing to take out of this episode.
Yeah, the whole episode, Suburban Legends is great.
They are legends. They are...
Yeah.
They should be, like, one of the flagship ska bands.
They're on the grind, dude. They've been playing just for so long. For 20 years now.
Yeah, they have the best stage presence out there now, I would debate.
Yeah, they
put
still
in the
do
work
the choreographed dancing all the fucking time. The trumpet players are fucking on it.
So they work for it. They really are in there for like one of the most underrated currently operating, for sure.
Yeah. I think they're deserving for another big hit too, because they've still got it in them. They still are really fucking great.
I think we would love to see a new album from them and hope that it gets the recognition it deserves. But also, guys, fucking release a Disney Volume 2 already.
That could be it. That could be the next big hit that they're just waiting on.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see...
Release Disney Covers Volume 2, Suburban Legends, or we ride it.
Do 2 and 3 at the same fucking time.
Make a double album.
Yeah, do Volume 2, have it all be old Disney stuff, and have Volume 3 be all...
You know that'd be streaming so hot on Spotify.
Oh god, of course it would be. Fucking
love that shit.
Fucking have Disney give you fucking Disney Plus show or something.
Streaming wasn't that big back in 2013, and that's when it charted. Now it's fucking huge.
These boys need a Disney Plus show. That's what they need. Fuck.
A Disney Plus, yeah.
Give it to them. Fucking do it.
To
God damn.
All right, we're sending this episode in a letter to Disney to get
Do
Suburban Legends their own TV show on Disney Plus. They can literally be the Aquabats of Disney, dude. They can do it.
They could be brilliant for that. However, now that I've said that, I'm starting to regret it because I just remembered how bad the live action Disney stuff is on their channel, on Disney
Channel.
Channel.
A minute. Oh no.
I do not want the Suburban Legends to be starring in what is it, Big Time Rush? I don't want them to be a Big Time Rush show.
That's not a Disney show.
I don't know. What the fuck is one of the awful Disney shows that are out?
That's a fucking Nickelodeon show about a boy band directed by the guy who made Johnny Test.
Nickelodeon's is worse, for sure.
That's by the same guy who made Johnny Test, by the way.
Fuck. What is some of the bad Disney? They definitely have a lot of them.
The live action, good. There's a lot. There's too many to count.
I know,
honestly.
They're so bad though.
But there's a good reason I stopped watching Disney.
God, Kim Possible's off air. It's over.
Anyway, so that's it. Another fun, kind of pop punk style ska album. That was my pick. I'm starting to get predictable.
Yeah, I always have some weird fucking thing every single time.
No, not every time, but I know my next album pick, but it's your turn, so you get to pick episode 11.
Okay.
Go ahead, surprise me. I'm listening. What do you got?
I think you're gonna like this. I don't know if you know you're gonna like this or not yet. I was going to work on Friday and decided to listen to this band as it popped up in my feed. You know, just on the spur, I've decided to examine one of these albums by them, as I think it is deserving of some attention.
Okay.
So, on the next episode of the Root Boys podcast, we will be looking at Russian Voodoo by the band Ruskaha.
Holy shit, we're actually going to do a full Ruskaha album?
We're going to the Ruskaha. They must have an interesting history.
Holy shit.
This is going to be a good one. I love their music.
I did not think we were going to do this on the podcast.
They're doing it.
We mentioned them briefly in our ska covers episode, and again before that, I think. I can't remember when you brought them up, but you definitely did. You brought up the Wake Me Up cover. and fucking God, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. That's a hard
one.
left from where we're at now.
Yeah, I think you'll. I'm thinking you're gonna go into it not knowing what to expect, but I think you're gonna like it.
I really want to dive deep into something totally unknown. So yeah, sure, let's do Ruskaha.
So this will be fun.
Yeah. All right, that sounds good. All right, so until next time, I've been your host Kyle Long.
This has been a very combative and draining episode of the Rude Boys podcast.
It was worth it though.
I've been Austin Robertson, Admiral Stonewall, etc., Bastille, whatever. At the real Bastille, send me all your hate mail. I was the
dedicated Wham, Shadman.
Shadman. How many of the fucking podcast episodes have we ended with just like a devolving line like that? I feel like 3. It's been a few of them.
At least 3. Welcome to episode 10, Austin. We made our milestone. We did it.
Hey, cool, everybody. Ruskaha. Look them up, do your homework, and then we'll return to class whenever the fuck it releases. Oh, also, if this releases soon enough, happy Halloween.
I'm gonna try my best.
If it doesn't happen, then you can take this next bit, and then so happy November.
Девчата закружились, как на каруселях. Раз, два, три, номер неземной. Поддадим мы жару их на улицах веселья.